Good evening, everyone. I'd like to first off thank Metaphor Commons for providing the outlet for us to present our gift to you all. Thank you for all coming out. This first piece I'll perform for you is called Lost in the Sauce. Sometimes we get lost in the sauce, and the paid cost is our own peace of mind. It's a sickening thought thrown up in court for your soul you sought but didn't find. You tried to save a relationship already in the grave, and now it seems you're a slave. You're blind to the fact that what it's always lacked is the willingness to be concave. Nobody wants to give in, so misery you continue to live in. Forgetting the original mission, from birth you cannot know your worth until you value yourself. Therefore you cannot give love if you know not what is love. The subtraction of attraction plus your radical violent action brings upon division. And the feat that your feet set out to complete forgot to include your heart. So the engine stalls and fails to start. And the picture of love perhaps getting richer is impossible without a matching contribution. You have to consciously choose it. Maybe next time you get it right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. This next piece is called F-Love. My wounds are still fresh. Although there are no scars upon my flesh, means not that I hurt less. I thought she was my everything, all the while she gave me nothing while I gave her my best. Her betrayal was hard to swallow, and now food is hard to digest. My heart now beats slower behind my chest. Here I was thinking our relationship was righteous, when it wasn't even good, much less a success. I used to bare my soul as if from my skin I would undress. When we parted, I cried for days. I was such a mess. Her lackluster attempt at love leaves me thinking in love, I'm luckless. To the point I want to throw up my hands to love saying, fuck this. No longer will you put your blindfold upon my eyes. No longer will you get my soul in exchange for lies. No longer can we be friends. I'm severing our ties. You may consider us enemies, and this here is our goodbyes. Thank you. This next piece is called Misconceptions. This is one of my favorite pieces. I perform it every time I perform. It winds up being one of the audience's favorites, and I hope it becomes one of yours. Misconceptions. The preacher, he set out to take the people to the promised land. He was an honest man. His word was bonded, man. But he had an itch inside that he just couldn't hide. His heart jumped for joy, and he felt like a little boy in a shop full of toys when little boys would sit upon his lap. Yet every version of every sermon empties every person, uplifts every person, while the choir makes every toe tap. The hope. She walks the street, she's not discreet, flaunting the goods as she walks her beat. She's about her money, man. Ask anybody that knows her outside of the alleys of 25th and Dozier. They'll say she's a good woman. It's a funny thing. She's a great mom to her kids, concealing the monster within, kissing her children with the same lips that nightly, tightly accost dicks. It's a shame, but it is what it is, isn't it? The movie star. He has the glitz and the glam and the fame and the fortune. His smiling pics and the Max teen girls think he's awesome. He used to have morals, but since the first time his path was lit in line, he definitely is lost some. He jumped out the window because he couldn't take the stress no more. Nobody forced him. He didn't happen to make it here by luck. The devil didn't want his soul, just his asshole. I'll give you whatever you want if we can just fuck. So he tackles the expedition under the disguise of ambition, but now he's hoping and wishing as he lies bleeding upon his star that he could come back as a nobody who lives someplace where nobody knows who you are. If only he would just have stayed in Boston. The pressures of Hollywood can really get you lost, son. The cover on the book is sometimes misleading depending on who you ask. We all have skeletons in our closets, and in some way, shape, or form, sometimes wear masks. Misconceptions. You look at me differently after this one, right? This one is called Deception. It's late night. This ain't right the way that I'm feeling. We way tight and may fight once he finds out what I'm concealing. That's my homie. You're his one and only. Why did we get it on? The wine. We crossed the line. This shit is dead wrong. So what if I've been wanting to be up in you? This shit's gonna hit the fan between me and my man once he finds out I've been fucking you. And I really don't know what the fuck to do. Should I tell him or not? Thinking the plot, risk getting shot. One way or the other, this shit's gotta stop. I gotta really think about whether or not to speak about the unthinkable, unspeakable that's going on between me and you. Cause I don't wanna hurt my homie and I don't wanna risk getting hurt, but dude's gotta know his girl is a ridiculous flirt. How was I as a man supposed to take a stand to this badass chick? She started licking her lips and rubbing her hips and grabbing her tits. I had an itch and she scratched that shit. I'm staring at myself in the mirror as she's inching nearer. I really, really want to reject her, but it's kinda like I fear her. I fear the way she puts it on me. Thinking about it makes me horny. I know I'm dead wrong and ain't nothing but bad things ahead for me. Deceit I seem to be learning well. I guess I'm gonna burn in hell because deceit I seem to be learning well. I really feel bad, but woo, her brain feels so good. You know what? 2 tears in a bucket. Fuck it. I worry about home when I get back to the hood. Thank you. Thank you. It's not me she wants. She wants a thug. She wants to fuck. She doesn't want to make love. She has no liking of flowers. She says they die within hours. She doesn't want to hold hands. Every time I try, she gives me a cold glance. She only dances to hip-hop and looks at me in disgust if I suggest the slow dance. What the fuck ever happened to romance? It's become clear this relationship has no chance. So I plan my exit strategy. It's time for me to bail. If I stay, I can only be mad at me. This relationship was set up to fail. We met and fucked on the first night. And ever since then, this motherfucking relationship has been nothing but work-like. I have to leave her. She never appreciated anything I did when, goddammit, everything I did was just to please her. She's such a motherfucking diva. My bags are packed, in fact, they're at the door. Once the cab comes, I won't be looking back anymore. She wants a bug. Yeah. This next piece is called I Write, and I dedicate this to all the writers in the room. This is my piece that I constantly just repeat to myself to keep myself motivated to keep writing. I write. I write because I have to. It's my craft, dude. No matter where I'm at or where I'm going or what I'm going through, it's what I come back to. It's my life. It's my motherfucking tattoo. So brand me as a writer, I'm a lover, not a fighter. I write because it feels right. It makes my troubles feel lighter. There's a lot to be gained by putting your troubles on a page. You can stop that pain in your gut from bubbling into rage. By capturing it in the moment, you can deal with the heart that's broken. The page is absorbent. The emotion is soak in. Let out everything you didn't but wanted to say. The unspoken word is now spoken. I write. I write because it sets me free and it reintroduces me to me and who I am and who I can be, and often removes the emotion from my view so I can see emotion free. I write because I want to, because I love to, because I'm thinking of you. A writer always writes, even if by the hallway's lights. It may not always be tight, but damn it, it's always, always right. Thank you.
Music, art, design. Yeah. Music, art, design. Yeah. Music, art, design. Yeah. Music, art, design. Yeah.